back three, which I certainly felt they would start the game with the personnel that was chosen. Eric Dyer going into the heart of the defence. Harry Winks and Dembele hold the heart of midfield to allow Eriksson and Dyer to try and pick up those pockets, which they really struggled in the first half.
It's at the feet of Ben Davies. Again, didn't run properly for Kane up front. Eriksson trying to release Kane this time. Stones putting it out for the Tottenham throw. It's been a cracking atmosphere, and everywhere the tournament's gone to, be it Singapore, China, right across North America. Obviously parts of the world that love the big clubs, irrespective of where they're from, and the big players, and they'll pack the stadiums out for it. And we have that again today. Were you somewhat surprised that Tottenham decided to go that way defensively?
With the back four in the first half, yeah. I think with the personnel it shows, I just never felt it was going to work in front of that. Harry Winks, Dele Alli, who was going to play as that winger tucked in. It was all very, very narrow. I never really got to grips with what Man City were doing. They struggled, hopefully for their sakes. They really stamped their authority on this game in the second half.
Company made sure that one stayed cleared. Ali will be just grateful he didn't get in the way. Walker. Well, he's managed to thread it through. Gabriel Jesus, chance to cut inside. Walker, Silva. City continuing to press straight away at the start of the second half. Toby Alderweireld putting it out for the throw. It has been non-stop City so far.
Jesus next not to get the show off. Comes back inside, and Silva backs it up really well. And very well reads it particularly well. Clears the safety.
Fernandinho. There must be many a Premier League manager studying this tonight, wondering how on earth are we going to deal with this season. Walker's cross easily claimed by Vorm, but surely he won't have it as easy for the remainder of the half. Almost the case of too many cooks. It's free kick. Trippier, the meat and the sandwich. I actually think the referee thought it was a head injury for a moment. Trippier got a bit of a bump, but no more than that. It's not the time of year you want your players to get bumps. City against the promoted side, the side that came up as champions from the Football League Championship. Newcastle United away. Runners up Brighton visiting Manchester City in the opening weekend. Spurs under the small matter of Chelsea at home in the second weekend.
Constantly looks to threaten in behind Jesus. David Silva disappointed with the ball, but I think Jesus possibly very, very close. Not quite sure Eric Dyer knew exactly the movement.
De Bruyne tried to thread it through and Vaughan pounced. Previous offside. It's one of those where if the attacking player is level, but he's closer to the assistant than the defender, the assistant normally thinks he's off. Speaking of which, Walter Heatherly is the assistant on the far side, having his moment in the sun. It's another cracking ball down the left-hand side. Danilo with the opportunity to create, went down. Sterling was there, Jesus was on the near side. Nothing doing for the new signing from Real Madrid.
He certainly feels it was a penalty kick. Initially he felt Jesus may have been in an offside position. He tries to pull it back.
De Bruyne, good release. It's Gabriel Jesus this time. He could only force it wide.
Tries to cut it back. Trippier picks it out. There's very little contact. Makes the most of that for me, Danilo.
Been constant attacking from Manchester City in this game. And somehow the scoreline is as it is. Company snuffed out by Vertonghen. And De Bruyne getting a little stuck in. Here Eric Dyer and Fotis Basakis, the referee. I'll have to pour a bit of cold water on this. It's not old time in Nashville tonight. Well, I saw a glimmer of a smile on the referee's face there.
I think the referee's temperament has been very good this evening. See De Bruyne,
bang. Hello.
Eric Dyer reacts, steps across him initially to stop the momentum and close him down. Michel Vorm epitomised the frustration that's crept into Spurs play.
There's a healthy old bump between the two. It's actually been very well refereed, hasn't it, this whole game? He's looks to have dealt with everybody very well. Away by Dembele. As we say, he's let a lot go, and as long as it doesn't get too dangerous, fans tend to appreciate that, don't they?
Yeah, it's always the worry that he let too much go and the game overspills, and that's where the players themselves have a responsibility. A lot of Spurs players will be frustrated at this opening 53 minutes. They can't let that overspill.
So time for changes then. Shows Kevin Nkudu to replace Moussa Dembele. That's the first outfield change of the game for Tottenham Hotspur. Frenchman who came a year ago from Marseille for £11 million. It's a Marseille boy, just had the one season with them. French under-21 international, yet to break into the senior squad. Kane, 24th birthday yesterday. He's been given no presents by the City defence yet. That's a free kick straight away, won by Nkudu, given away by Company. Just to let him know he's there. First yellow card of the night also. Fotis Basakis has run out of patience finally.
Well, it's an encouraging introduction from the young man. Absolutely no qualms about taking Vincent Kompany on. No real complaints about the yellow card. He was never going to let him past him.
First caution of the night. Free kick for Tottenham. Eriksson with a chance to curl. It's a very solid cutout it was. Straight out. Pep still got it, at least. Throw by Davis. Aim for Kane, and it held up for him. It's a free kick. Quite an awkward looking slide for Harry Kane as well. As we say, it's not really the kind of game you want to pick up a knock in, and in a way it was self-inflicted by Kane. He's lost his footing. Free kick given anyway. Now this is great range for Eriksson. Toby Alderweireld is there as well. Eriksson it is. Met the wall. Might have had another pop at it. Was in the Alderweireld, was well marked by the referee. Here comes City. Good break. Nice run by Sterling. Held up by Ben Davis. Certainly as a Welshman, he doesn't mind a busy summer. City free kick. Getting a bit of practice now.
So the two captains in shot there. Sterling had no real place to go. In comes Fernandinho. Kyle Walker. Really strong tackle. It's Dele Alli just a little bit late. The referee blows up for.
Walker did somewhat wade in there as well, didn't he? Company sliced up. Barcelona against Real Madrid coming up after this. Classico Americano win for Barcelona, and they win the North American leg of the tournament. If they don't, one of these two have the opening. City set to make an entire squad of substitutions. Just what we need. Busy old time for Leyland Grant, the fourth official as well. Aguero, Nasri, Yaya Toure, Phil Foden, all waiting to come in. Nasri too. What did you make of Foden the other night, actually? A lad from Stockport, made his debut against Manchester United in this competition.
Really like him. Seen him at the European Championships under 17s in Croatia in May. Very close quarters. Played on the right hand side. He's more than capable of playing in that central area. Real life for a pass. Lovely composure. There's a nice level of tenacity about his play as well.
Aguero's on, so let's see if he can polish off the opportunities that Gabriel Jesus could not. There's at least 4 changes that City made there. Don't be too surprised if they managed to sneak another 1 or 2 on while we weren't looking. Been quite an unhappy outing thus far for Harry Kane. Lucky Mangala, the French international, made his way on also. And Kudus, the only outfield substitute so far for Tottenham. a nice prospect at Nantes and certainly at Marseille. Sterling with the cutout, and here he goes. But where's the cavalry? Great cross! Almost picked out Aguero out of pretty much nowhere.
Well, Eric Dyer did so well to match the pace of Raheem Sterling there. Once he faced him up, he felt Eric Dyer was very much in control of the situation. Sterling has that ability to dig the cross out. Aguero made a really clever move to the front post.
Toure, one of those 5 changes just made by Manchester City. Aguero, Nasri, Foden and Mangala the others. Jesus, Fernandinho, De Bruyne, Silva and company. The quintet going off. And all of a sudden, just a different dynamic about Manchester City. They've still got Danilo.
He hasn't been as prominent in the second half, Danilo, since his penalty claim. I should say his view of penalty claim. For me, they're coming together with Kieran Trippier, certainly in the first half. On real glimpses of the quality signing Man City have made.
Big opening suddenly for City. Aguero, Yaya Toure just couldn't respond in time. Stones continuing to push up. It's Danilo. Certainly not as fleet as foot in the second half as he was in the first. Never make judgments after 45 minutes. Here's Walker, who has had a good hour. Nice back heel it was too, to find him again by Nasri. Cross just in front of Aguero. But they look the likelier to get the second goal of the day.
Lovely link-up play. Samir Nasri settled very well into this game. Clever little back heel to release Kyle Walker into the space. It's a first-time cross. Aguero not quite up to speed with this game just yet.
Toure skipping past Ericsson. Excellent release. Aguero onside. Good save by Vorm, and even better recovery.
Michel Vorm's taking over from Hugo Lloris at half-time. To be on his toes here. Aguero timing his run to perfection. Just can't quite find the finish.
They haven't tested Vorm to the same extent they did Hugo Lloris. Just had to pull off 1 or 2 solid saves. And maybe another coming as Sterling's been released by Nasri. Sterling with a pullback. Aguero teeing it up. Big opportunity, Danilo, and Aguero off the post. Still an opportunity for Foden. They can't put it away. Tottenham surviving through sheer luck. It's nervous defending, it's still 1-0. And never mind how City haven't scored 2. How have we not had double figures in goals? Full stop across the board.
It all came from Samir Nasri. Again, lovely feet. Is he getting another chance at Man City under Pep Guardiola? Or has he simply been put into the shop window for other suitors? They're trying to walk it in City. Aguero gives Vorm the eyes, comes back off the post, back to Foden. He does Vorm, just ricochets back off the post.
Flag up this time as Danilo was almost through, but you just get the feeling Vorm had let that one go. Totally deceived by the strike. Now, how offside was Danilo? enough.
I think they've called that one right.
Nice little layup, again by Walker for Samir Nasri. Sterling was ready to make the break, but the pass wasn't his. Dyer, too far beyond Nkudu. Their successful passing rate's down. It was 88% the previous two games, it's 77% now. That's something to be tweaked before the new season.
A lot of that's down to the pressure Man City putting them under. The layers run there in Kudu. Dyer's always looking for that little space. Walker just recovered from another foray forward.
15 attempts for Manchester City so far and 4 for Tottenham. Spurs still with a live hope, with it still somehow only being 1-0. And you expect once they get home, and a little bit of planning for the Juventus visit at Wembley. The checkbook will be got out, and the scouting that they'll have done will come to fruition. Aguero, great first time control. Has he finished the match? He's found the post again. How's he managed that? Extraordinary.
I'll say it again, I have simply no idea how this game is still 1-0. You just felt Aguero being on the pitch may well be the one the goals to cement this victory for Man City. Jesus certainly left his scoring boots outside of Nashville. Looks like Aguero's done the same.
Aguero has managed to knock on wood twice. Eric's Nkudu. That's a very, very ambitious crossfield ball, and it's worked out perfectly. And through Harry Winks. Davis. That's the danger. Still facing Manchester City, only having the 1-goal advantage. Can happen that quickly.
What a ball this was. Ederson knows exactly what he's doing, and so does Aguero. Can't be offside from the goal kick, and he faces Alderweireld up. Does him all, ends up in form yet again. And just watch the ball come off the post again.
Martin's corner for Tottenham, it's a good float in. Dele Alli, all in his own far post. And Tottenham suddenly creating opportunities that could bring them level. That one would not have counted. And Walker has copped a knock.
Sloppy. Man City, you can clearly see the get out. Slightly checkered the line. Kyle Walker. Great reaction and block off Dele Alli's effort, but he clearly was in an offside position.
Well, here come the Tottenham changes. Vincent Janssen is coming on, and it'll be a wholesale Tottenham changes. Tashan Oakley-Booth We've seen Ali go off, and as for Tongan as well. But we'll go through them all for you shortly. Kudu, support from Kane to his left. Eriksson waiting down the middle, and he'll be left waiting. Nasri, Toure. Ball over the top again, trying to get Aguero away, and Aguero unwittingly released. Tottenham's shakiness continues. Davis. City are about to make an absolute flood of substitutions themselves in the next few seconds, and they've got a gigantic bench of around 20. Another great ball, and Sterling's in. Scuffs it home for two. By no means the greatest goal he'll ever score, but a sterling service for two.
Samir Nasri, again, right at the heart of it. Been sensational since he's come on. Look at Sterling's movement. Inside Davis, then outside. Blistering pace, and he faces him up. And it's a very, very untidy finish. Slightly comes off his heel, Sterling. He will not care one iota. Don't think form thinks he means that one either. They needed that one, City, just to put this game to bed. Spurs starting to come back into it.
Raheem Sterling released one-on-one, and a clumsy finish somewhat past Michel Vorm. He didn't cover himself in glory either. Might be the last knockings for a few of them. It might actually be Sterling's last contribution in the game. Leroy Sané is going to be coming on. Wings for Tongan and Ali went off for Tottenham. Oakley, Booth, Wimmer and Janssen, their replacements. Danilo is going off, and Sterling as well. So Demiko Duhani, Tosin Rabiot coming on along with Leroy Sané. Rabiot, the England under-19 international. He's made 4 first-team appearances, none in the league. He's a Mancunian, made his debut, you might remember, in the FA Cup back in 2016. Very much weakened side against Chelsea.
Straight into the action. Long rangy defender. And Man City have very high hopes for.
And the new arrival, the Nani, robbed straight away by Nkuku. It's a kick across by Dar. But plenty of fresh legs in the City side. Interesting to see how the younger members of the party do. Leroy Sané couldn't get the space that he required down the left-hand side. The German international. And he featured in the Euro 2016 semi-final for a bit as a substitute against France. If you'll remember, Germany lost.
What's that? Yeah.
Janssen, first touch, and he's in, and he's through. And Edison has saved it.
A lot of men. He made his mind up for him. He dives in to connect. Pushes him a little bit wider than he would have imagined. He's trying to get it back inside, but Edison, again, he's so quick to close down that space. So quickly he gets out, smothers himself, makes himself big.
He's had a solid game, Edison. Will his reputation hold up when he gets back home? His new home in England. Alderweireld ballooning it over the top. It's 8 changes City have made now, and 5 for Tottenham. Though as soon as I say it, it's going to become 6. Sané on, Walker off. Time for another break with 15 minutes remaining. But that goal for City was coming, and all the quality strikes they had that were rebuffed, and Sterling just scuffs one in. This the opener after 9 minutes. Stones heading it in past Lloris. They deflected De Bruyne free kick.
Everything Man City deserved. A well orchestrated free kick. Slightly fortunate with the ricochet off the wall. This is Nasri straight into the action. The timing of the run from Raheem Sterling. And he slightly scuffs the finish just off his right heel. Spurs have been playing a little bit of a higher line, which is very dangerous. These players of the pace that Man City do possess. And well worthy of this 2-0 lead, Man City.
I'm sure Raheem Sterling can't quite believe how lucky he was. Potentially the worst goal he's ever scored, but it went in. Brahim Diaz, who scored against Real Madrid, is going to come on now. The lad from Malaga, Spanish under-19 international.
Hang on. 1 change, 2 change. Goalie change and a field player.
That's Sterling's night. So the 17-year-old Spaniard comes on. Decent goal, was it, against Real Madrid?
Absolute cracker. And prodigious talent. There's so many of them at Man City. It's just a case of getting the opportunity. When they do get opportunities like this in pre-season, you have to take them.
Change in goal as well, you'll note, for Manchester City. You can barely miss it. Aro Muric, the Swiss under-19 international, he's 6'5". Sign from Grasshoppers is on in place of Edison, who was very, very good tonight. Keith's been really impressed with him.
Yeah, I like him. Huge onus on the way Pep Guardiola sets up his teams. To start with the goalkeeper. I think too much was made of the whole Claudio Bravo situation last year with Joe Hart moving on to Torino on loan. Too much emphasis on what he does with his feet. I've been really impressed with Edison as a goalkeeper in terms of how well he's played with his hands, closing down the opposition, how bright he's been. Looks to be a good signing.
Next up by Alderweireld. Janssen on the chase after it. Janssen's controlled it very well, and he again couldn't pick out Kane in the middle. He's just been a step behind the pace of the game. Kyle Walker-Peters on for Trippier as well now. One of the England under-20 World Cup heroes with that great success in South Korea. They beat Venezuela in the final. Remember, the England under-20 team effectively won the Toulon tournament, retained the Toulon tournament the same weekend, and the under-21s reached the European semi-final. Kane! Brilliant strike, it was Eriksson. First time, lovely effort. Very, very good save by the new man, Aaron Muric. That's as good an opportunity as Tottenham have had all game. Eriksson just let fly. Referee Basakos had a close look at the challenge.
Well, we haven't seen Christian Eriksen in these type of pockets of space. Muric gets down well, takes no chances with it. It's when you'd expect him to save, he pushes it to safety.
These International Champions Cup games have been generally very, very entertaining. The second week that interesting Premier League ties emerged for both. They're obviously playing promoted opposition, both of them, in the opening weekend, with City facing Brighton and Tottenham taking on Newcastle. Big opening right in the middle suddenly for Leroy Sané, but form watched it all the way. Manchester City at home to Everton on the second week, and then Tottenham home against Chelsea, as we said earlier.
Really struggled to get Vincent Janssen into this game. Tottenham Hotspur going with the two up top. Janssen given that partnership alongside Kane. Haven't managed to supply any type of service to really put this back three of Man City under severe pressure.
Kane won't get there, Muric will. Having worked at West Ham's ground, the London Olympic Stadium for athletics the past 2 weeks, it's not really built for football, obviously. And then you look at Tottenham moving to Wembley, whilst their new stadium is being put up. It's a big, big factor in how well they're going to do in the coming season.
I think the biggest factor is the lack of activity in the transfer market. I think they need to put this Wembley voodoo out of their heads as quickly as possible. And they've struggled in Champions League football there. Stadium.
Here goes Nkudu, released well by Oakley Booth. Nkudu has won the corner at least, and he managed to find a way past Miko Duhani. Oakley Booth, dangerous one across, and that's going to be offside. 7 minutes remaining in City, 2-0 up. Vincent Janssen straying. Aguero hitting the post twice. 2 quality efforts. There is good young talent in both squads. Tend to see that every summer. Definitely, it's a question that was raised when England won the Under-20 World Cup as to how many would make it in the Premier League and be given a chance or be allowed to. That's a great try across goal. Kane was probably waiting for the cross, and Muric was the no man's land.
I think that's what Walker Peters was intending. I'm going to give Muric the benefit of doubt here. So he knew what he was doing, coming away from that one.
Walker Peters and Josh Onamo, who's on the bench, were involved in that Under-20 World Cup success in the Under-17s, the European level of 3 years ago in Malta. Also reached the semi-finals of the Euro Under-19s last year. So England have got some good young players coming up. As we always say, Spain regularly win these tournaments to do well, France, Germany, and we don't have to wait too long, barely 2 or 3 years before they're regulars, not just in the Bundesliga but in the German national team. All that happened with England. Brahim Diaz receiving from Foden. Brahim Diaz again, good little release it was again for Leroy Sané, full of running. Offside's been called, there was a whistle, but it won't be a free kick for the young German.
Walker Peters does really well here. Sané has got blistering pace. It's Diaz tries to set him away. See, half a yard offside. He still gets the tackle in. Walker Peters.
Bit of an elbow out there. Eriksson wins the free kick. Alderweireld, and yet another offside. He's trying to get stuck in up front a lot. Kyle Walker-Peters. Well, Pochettino is certainly giving youth its fling.
He's got no option, does he? He looks at the bench, that's all that's there really. Wimmer, Janssen, bit of experience, obviously form. Young for Larissa half time. Apart from that, it's very much a very, very young bench.
Lovely little flick. Janssen's in there. What a recovery by Aro Muric. Just when Spurs looked as if they were going to get one back at least.
That was sensational by Janssen. Not entirely sure he knows Muric is there. He certainly knows Otamendi is there. He does him, all ends up. He's unfortunate not to get a goal because that was slick.
That was Harlem Globetrotter stuff from both men. Janssen blocking. Sané getting in the way. It's a statistic right out of the 1980s, but Tottenham have been caught offside 8 times in the game. Manchester City 4. City have had 17 attempts on goal. Given away by Demeka Dehani. Aguero, Nasri on it now. Chance to slip it back inside. Aguero just anticipating it. Somewhat too late. Dehani again. Foden couldn't quite locate Sané. It's been called as a corner by referee Basakis. It is.
Eric Dyer clearly unhappy with the decision. Foden was trying to find the run inside. If it didn't take a deflection, it was clearly a wayward pass.
Yaya Toure. Tottenham won't be happy if City score from this. Cross without success, and the last man back is Sane. 3 out of minutes to round things off at the Nissan Stadium. Aguero short for Nasri. Brahim Diaz and Foden.
Just lifts it above form, can't get up to scramble it. And I must say, the level of performance we've seen from Man City, this is the type of scoreline it should reflect.
They swarmed around Vorm, and Brahim Diaz, 2 goals in 2 games. Nice prospect. Scoreline a bit more reflective of the Manchester City performance tonight. Tottenham have conceded at least 2 goals in each of their 3 international Champions Cup matches, and not only that, but they also conceded in Thailand against Kitchi in a 4-1 win. They've let in 8 goals in 3 games on their tour of North America. Manchester City go top of the North American group over Barcelona. A little less conversation along. Well, football's just about nearly back. Community Shield in a couple of weeks' time. Manchester City and Tottenham still have a couple of prestige friendlies to play back home, or in Tottenham's case, they're home away from home at Wembley Stadium in the week beforehand. But here and now, it's Nashville, Tennessee. It's Manchester City against Tottenham Hotspur. And if any of the other International Champions Cup games are to go by, this should be open and entertaining. We'll see. Company getting it out wide. Obviously, Kyle Walker is going to get a lot of attention off Tottenham fans, be they domestic or visiting. Sterling found himself surrounded immediately. It's a City throw. The Pep Guardiola's definitely flashed the cash this year. They'd been top scorers in the Premier League the 2 seasons prior to Pep's arrival. They were only 3rd highest scorers last season. Tottenham got 6 more than them.
I think this summer seems like more of a revolution even than last summer. I think he really sussed out the squad. Pep Guardiola, this man still to make any real strides in the transfer market this summer. Pep Guardiola this summer, out on loan again. Zabaleta, Clichy, Kolarov, Milito, all leaving for new clubs.
Trippier, short for Harry Kane. 3rd year in a row he's been in the Premier League Team of the Year. Kane started the move. Ali almost finished it. Good save by Ederson. absolutely launched to Trippier down the right-hand side. Kane lively early on. Neither side will be standing off each other in this. Alderweireld with the last touch.
Well, as we expected, frenetic start. It's a beautiful ball by Trippier. He intends it for Kane. And it goes all the way through to Ali. Walker's caught napping slightly. Lucky to get away with that, but Edison did particularly well. Closed down the space.
Is Eriksson. Looked like Ali had been somewhat shot, but it's a throw and just that for Tottenham. Kane. Winks. It's back to the usual partnership, the Belgian partnership of Alderweireld and Vertonghen after a couple of injury spells for both. And how key is it for Tottenham this season to just keep everybody fit, all the key men?
I think it's crucial. I think their starting 11 strongest would have Wanyama right at the heart of midfield, alongside Dembele. Eric Dyer probably as well, but Harry Winks probably makes way in terms of the strongest 11. You look at the strength and depth, I don't think it's there. It certainly could challenge on how many fronts Mauricio Pochettino would like to challenge on. You look at City's bench already. Numerous players could come into this starting 11 and not weaken it.
The man who needs no introduction, it's obviously Kyle Walker. Otamendi. Danilo. 30-odd million. He's come from the Brazilian, having claimed his second Champions League in a row. Had been in the Santos Copa Libertadores side alongside Neymar that lifted that in 2011 when they were both great young prospects. Alderweireld. Trippier. Too strong. As you'll gather from the effects mics and from the flags, it is somewhat blowy today. Edison only cost £35 million. Tottenham throw.
Now we wondered what way Spurs would set up this evening. It's very much a back four. Eric Dyer playing that holding midfield role in the absence of Wanyama. Flat back four.
Aim towards the middle, trying to find Gabriel Jesus, who had agreed to sign last summer but stayed on with Palmeiras to help them win the league in Brazil. The second half of the English season wasn't that bad for him either. Goal and assist in his first start against West Ham, and it kept going swimmingly from there. At the feet of Sterling, chance to nip inside. Vertonghen's challenge to deny. Sterling again. Excellent ball out wide. De Bruyne, Gabriel Jesus wants it straight away on the edge of the 6-yard box, and Silva was there also. Company in advanced position. Look at how many men City have up at the moment, and in contrast, Spurs have just about everybody back. Under a bit of pressure, Company, but dealt with it excellently. Kane, this Definitely no holding back in the challenges anyway.
It shows you everything you need to know. Two teams and how they're going into this game. Clear will to win.
Eriksson with Ali in a great position, just in front but couldn't find. Tottenham throw, Eriksson unable to get through. Nicolas Otamendi entering his third season with Manchester City now. I just wonder how vastly different the starting City lineup is going to be in a couple of weeks' time against Brighton on the road down in the south coast, compared to the one that we saw week in, week out last season. We spent enough money for it to be markedly different. Sterling wide for Danilo. Somewhat overhit. Needed to be more men in the middle to attack though.
Shows his versatility. Danilo, well adaptable. Left wing back, left back, right back. He'll be a very useful addition to this Man City squad. Guardiola, first port to call. The transfer market this summer was defensively and obviously goalkeeping wise. From top end, he was fairly content with what he had.
Free kick just outside, the shot by Moussa Dembele on David Silva.
Haven't been able to get Silva into the game thus far. Man City got the wrong side. Dembele to take him down. He was in a dangerous area, David Silva.
Not bad position for it either. Silva to the right and De Bruyne to the left. And five waiting right on the edge of the area. De Bruyne went for a slight deflection. 1-0. Stones. Wasn't picked up, John Stones. And it's only taken Manchester City barely 10 minutes to hit the front in Nashville.
Well, it's a deflection that catches the Spurs defence out. John Stones looking away. It's De Bruyne's free kick, comes off the wall. It's Eriksson turns his back on it. Just ricochets off his head. And John Stones, lots of space. He works it really well, just guides it into the bottom corner, past Hugo Lloris to make it 1-0 to Man City.
Not a regular goal scorer by any stretch of the imagination, but the De Bruyne free kick, a slight nick off the wall, perfect for Stones. And Manchester City are 1-0 up. Beaten 2-0 by United in the Manchester derby in Houston, Texas, but what a win over Real Madrid the other night by 4-1. And what a start for them against Tottenham here.
Thought they were sensational second half against Real Madrid. The fitness side of things really kicked in, that sharpness. We've started this game in the same fashion, on the front foot, taking the game to Tottenham Hotspur. It's been a frenetic start from both sides.
Scored in the 5-3 win over Monaco in the Champions League, and the 5-0 Friday night FA Cup win at West Ham. De Bruyne! Low, powerful.
Concluyendo el partido en el quinto set para meterse tras la victoria.
And saved by Lloris.
He's clearly playing full of confidence, Kevin De Bruyne. Had the opportunity to slide Sterling in as Fernandinho won the ball back again. It's an aggressive press by Man City. Spurs struggling to deal with it.
Right now it's all City.
As Jesus just flicks it on, Eric Dyer steams in, particularly in control. A little bit of frustration creeping in.
Off the feet of Sterling, got it out wide for Danilo. Pointed away successfully, well did Sterling again, trying to poke it back. Jesus is there and Danilo's there. And the goal wide open in front. He just couldn't keep it down. He's the man who's once scored 4 goals in the Champions League campaign.
They should be 2-0. Danilo plays Sterling. He cuts it back into a good area. Eric Dyer gets in all kinds of a mess. He sets it back for Danilo. He should be hitting the target.
Short again by Sterling. Jesus, Silva, Jesus! Good save, Lloris. Had to be sharp so far. Davis scrambling it away. But Tottenham are under massive defensive pressure at the moment. It's Sterling again. De Bruyne, Jesus and Silva waiting for it in the centre once more and flicked away by Christian Eriksen. Manchester City in front, but definitely ought to be more than one. They're turning it on.
Spurs just cannot get a foothold in this game. The pace and power which Man City are playing with, causing them all kinds of problems. The gaps in midfield and the absence of Wanyama clear to be seen. Dyer looks like he's on his own in there. It's scintillating football. Jesus, it's a good strike off. It's straight at Hugo Lloris, but the one-touch passing before that was a joy to watch.
He's still only 20, Gabriel Jesus. He barely played 18 months for Palmeiras, but during that time had won the Cup and then the League with them back home in Brazil. He's a Sao Paulo boy. Crossed by De Bruyne, good ball. Kyle Walker, lovely ball forward. Lloris having to be on guard again. Sterling couldn't keep it on target, and Jesus was a fine option in the middle again.
It's a shame. It was a good opportunity for Raheem Sterling. Loses his footing. And again, it's that pace and the timing of the run really causing Spurs problems.
Doesn't score often, John Stones, but he has now scored 2 in a row, having netted in the 4-1 win against Real Madrid in the LA Coliseum. Involved in pulling down Harry Kane, though he has an argument against that himself. Forward by Dembele, couldn't find Kane. barely had a sniff of it up front. It's been very efficient by Manchester City so far, but still only 1-0. And that'll be offside against Trippier.
A couple of times tried to find that ball. That's Trippier. Eric Dyer. He's clearly onside. It's a poor decision, right in front of the referee's assistant. Timing was spot on by Kieran Trippier.
All in all, 17 players released by Manchester City in the summer. They've spent big to bring in the 6 that they have brought in so far. Edison, Bernardo Silva, Walker, Douglas Danilo and Benjamin Mendy. Who performed so valiantly in denying Paris Saint-Germain 5 in a row, winning the league title for the first time in a long time. As soon as you do that, your best players will be picked off by clubs with deeper pockets. There is one club with more money than Monte Carlo right now, City are in.
And City looking to press this time. Lloris not tried to play out. Spurs get the rewards.
Ali in search of Ericsson with Kane waiting around the middle. He's very ambitious.
Toca acá bien Gamis, de aquel lado el disparo.
It's hot and breezy in Nashville this evening. Play on, says Fotis Basakas. Everybody else did seem to stop anticipating the free kick. Dyer. No, Victor Wanyama or Musa Sissoko for Tottenham this evening. Both have been left off the panel by Mauricio Pochettino.
Again, trying to find Trippier. Constantly making that run. Danilo. Matching him on that occasion.
Yeah, 6 players leaving Tottenham in the summer. Spurs fans surely awaiting
for the supporting run, but again, Man City pick Spurs pockets.
Good one launched down the middle, but Kane won't get there first. Very well watched by Otamendi. He's had a few full summers. Played in the last 2 Copa America tournaments that he played in Chile and in the United States. Argentina reaching the final of both and losing them both to Chile. This is the reception Kyle Walker's getting in the States. Just imagine what it's going to be like when he gets back home to England. Here goes Danilo again. Good first touch to control. Trippier making sure he couldn't do much of the second. But still a corner for Manchester City.
He's been a very effective attacking tool so far. Danilo. Guardiola must be delighted with what he's seeing. Final ball at times, as we've already mentioned.
Short by Silva for Kevin De Bruyne. Sterling crying out for a little flick on in the middle. Jesus was sniffing around and Otamendi was there too. Lloris with firm handling. Walker threading it through. Gabriel Jesus offside. But he got himself into an excellent position. Well, City are absolutely humming at the moment. Offside he was.
Alderweireld deserves a lot of credit. Just stalled his run. He's looking right across the line. Kyle Walker was always looking for that ball. Jesus just strayed a yard or so offside. The gaps that are appearing in this Tottenham defence, very worrying.
Trippier. The euro value hasn't changed. Neither is company's desire. Neither is the red mist that sometimes comes down over Dele Alli. No prisoners taken.
Well, that's a second time. Dele Alli, Vincent Kompany had a little coming together. Ball gets played into Ali. Vincent Kompany straight through the back of him. Quite sure after that replay how much it was after in the aftermath.
From City's point of view, it's actually handy having Kyle Walker there as a peacemaker, a foe, but still a friend. It's a company who's only played 25 league games over the past 2 seasons. Sort of man who he and City would have wished would have been ever present all the way through, but has been badly affected by injury. It's good to see him back and not shirking challenges.
If he can play 50 games this coming season, that'll be the best signing that Man City have made in the summer. He's a crucial player. It's everything that's been good about Man City over the last 4 or 5 seasons.
Tottenham are actually the only side not to have made a summer transfer yet, but there's still a few weeks left in the summer transfer window for Tottenham to bring a few players to Wembley. Shipped by Edison. Great work by Danilo. He's going to Tumbet, Premier League defense. Edison, we'll see if he is after this. Ericsson went for it. Durant, brilliant strike, superb save by Edison. Yet to appear for the Brazilian senior national team. But he's not half bad.
Such a great technician, Christian Eriksen, and Edison comfortably deals with it. Don't think his wall was exactly where he wanted it to be. It's a good save.
Just come from Benfica, where he's won the league title the last 2 years in a row. They did the league and cup double, the Eels as well last season. Portugal's goalkeeper of the year. In pounds sterling, it's the most expensive transfer ever, but in other currencies, Buffon's almost 20 years ago, still priced here above 50 million. They have had their goalkeeping problems the past few seasons. They've brought some good keepers in. But if Edison proves to trump them all, it'll have been money well spent. De Bruyne wins the throw. Just a heat break. So with Manchester City 1-0 up and Tottenham, what do you make of it so far, Keith Andrews?
I think Man City have been sensational, I really do. Spurs have really struggled to get into any type of flow. This man here in particular has been sensational for Man City. And this opportunity early on, Dele Alli ball goes all the way through to him, but Edison does particularly well to come out and smother that.
Eriksen's free kick a few moments ago. Great strike, well saved by Edison, the 23-year-old. Sterling with the solid opportunity, but this the goal after 9 minutes, headed in by John Stones from De Bruyne's free kick.
Super free kick. Reece, very little chance. John Stones just guides it into the corner. Man City well worth this 1-goal lead. Through, they should be up by more goals. Pep Guardiola, I'm sure, will be delighted with the intensity that his team are playing with.
So in 27 Celsius at the moment, the heat hasn't abated. So drinks break agreed between the teams after half an hour. What
imagine Mauricio Pochettino would have liked that water break a little bit earlier. Gives him the opportunity to earn a few creases out.
Are they playing Barry Manilow? When's the last time you've heard Barry Manilow played at a football game?
I quite like it.
If only someone local from around these parts whose music they could play. City throw. Here's Otamendi. De Bruyne down the wing for Walker. He might be offering a lot to City down that wing during the Premier League campaign to come. Lloris to smother. It's a big loss for Tottenham as well, let's be fair.
Huge. I know they got a vast sum of money for him. As you've already mentioned, the inflated market which clubs are dealing in now. Nonetheless, have to try and replace him. Kieran Trippier has had to be very, very patient for his opportunity, and that did come in the latter stages of last season. But Kyle Walker has been a very, very crucial player to Spurs over the last 2 years in particular.
Company. Well, that will be a free kick. The challenge from behind by Ben Davis and his former colleague. Didn't make much use of it though. Kane's done well to keep it in. There's only really Ali in support. Eriksen too. Eriksen it is. Davis. A little cutback. Harry Winks. They've had a couple of decent moments up front, Spurs, but it's been City with considerable amount of pressure so far today in Nashville. Almost a fantastic ball by De Bruyne. Good release, Sterling. Otamendi's not averse to getting stuck in. Friendly, did you say?
He's had his work cut out, hasn't he? Otamendi trying to stop the quick free kick. A little bit of argy-bargy.
Otamendi trying to help get Argentina back qualifying for the World Cup. They have been struggling a little bit. They've been in 5th place in the Super Group where all the South American nations play each other, but Jorge Sampaoli now in charge there. So considerable success with Chile. Walker. Going back by David Silva. Skip past Davis. Walker limping just a bit past the previous challenge. Tying up a little bit at the moment. Silva centering for De Bruyne. Support from Danilo if he needs him. Sterling almost released back in again by Silva twice over. Well spotted, intercepted by Jan Vertonghen. Short by Fernandinho. Danilo again. It's quite a lateral pass for Kyle Walker. De Bruyne with Danilo in support again on the near side. Silva. Build-up was quite patient.
I'm not quite sure Harry Winks wanted that pass, but it summed up the first half. Guardiola's men a little bit sharper all over, more options on the ball. They've mixed things up particularly well. Runners off the ball, in behind to stretch this Tottenham back four. Spurs looked a little void of ideas at times.
It's frustrating for Pochettino. It may still only be Tottenham 1-0 down, but July it may be. At this stage, late on in the summer, Tottenham looking to show this part of the States and the world what they're capable of doing now. But they're in trouble again. Brilliant ball over the top. Exquisite stretch. And Gabriel Jesus so close to making it two. What a ball.
Kyle Walker's at a super half. Keen to show his old employers. Shouldn't have accepted that bid. Jesus constantly looking to play on the shoulders. It's a lovely ball.
Eriksson doesn't have a lot of support. Ali arrived quite late. It's a good release. Kane offside. Hasn't had much chance of a look in tonight.
Otamendi and John Stones have complete control of that situation. Held our line very, very well. Harry Kane just straight offside. Two of them bang in line. Otamendi in particular. Very trusting.
Silva. Otamendi with Danilo in support yet again. The Argentine beating the Brazilian. Just open up that left wing for City. Silva, vicious cross, too strong, will be kept alive. Chance for Walker to get it back. And that was even more inaccurate, but they're getting all the openings. Danilo making so much happen down the left-hand side. He's going to have a lot of fun in the Premier League, I think, in the season to come.
It's too easy at times. Spurs persisting with this, trying to play out from the back. Man City pressurising every given opportunity. More often than not, winning the ball back in these types of areas.
Did well to keep that in as well, Danilo. Just the one league title at Real Madrid. Coming in May. 1-2 at FC Porto before Benfica had their recent purple patch. Jesus out wide, De Bruyne again, with Danilo on the overlap. It's being brought in every time, barely a misplaced pass. Nice chip over the top by Fernandinho. Gabriel Jesus. Good try, Lloris down to save. Tottenham perpetually besieged.
Yet again, absolutely scintillating on the counter-attack. Jesus just can't get it down in time. Eventually, he manages to get a shot up. And the pressure from Ben Davies.
Free kick it is for the foul on Otamendi. Lloris has been tested right throughout the game. Edison just a once realistically.
Very little in that. Right in front of the referee's assistant. It's a finish Harry Kane produced just after that. Been a very lonely figure up there. Been able to supply him with any decent service. Dele Alli is the quietest half I've seen him play in a long time.
Did give him a bit of a bump, did Kane. Walker again. It's got Sterling and Jesus waiting in the middle. Jesus with the nod down. Back to Danilo. Does he fancy it? Oh, he does! What a save by Lloris. Brilliant try.
Well, I'm not quite sure how this game is still 1-0. Ball comes back out to Danilo. He just opens it up. Uses Trippier as a wall, bends it right around him. And Reece, full stretch, tips it around the post.
Been a terrific game. De Bruyne's corner, good little head on by Fernandinho. Wingston the way, forward again by Danilo. He's been terrific. It is only July, but still he's been excellent. Silva, low and not really testing Lloris very much at all. But the Tottenham goal is being peppered. 8 attempts on goal now, 6 on target for Manchester City in the game. 2 for Tottenham, full stop. Kane, good work, Eriksen. Kane to the right, Harry Kane's in here! Couldn't keep it down. His first real opening of the game. And despite all of Manchester City's dominance, that could and possibly should have been 1-1.
Well, that's the opportunity. Christian Eriksen, it's the weight of pass, the timing, the run by Harry Kane. Edison deserves credit. Quickly came off his line to close the space down. Harry Kane, you fancy him in those situations.
We'll have 2 added minutes, presumably for the water break. Forward by Silva. Sterling just lost the run of it. It's been engaging stuff so far. De Bruyne is onside. So unselfish. But really, he ought to have gone for it himself. Jesus with a miraculous miss.
Well, if that's Sergio Aguero, it's a goal. Alderweireld plays him onside again. It's that run from deep which has caused problems all half for Tottenham Hotspur. Very unselfish, right across the 6-yard box. And how he has missed by that distance, I really do not know.
All in all, that was quite spectacular. De Bruyne bearing down on goal, and You would have thought worth a pop himself, and 9 times out of 10, not even that, 99 times out of 100 you square it and you get the goal. That was time number 100. Fortuitous for Tottenham that it's not more than that, particularly with that Jesus effort and the other excellent saves that Hugo Lloris. Second half underway then in Nashville, and from both sides' point of view, thankfully a little bit more cover as the second period comes underway. Vaughan replacing Lloris in goal. Lloris had a very busy time of it in the opening 45. So we'll see what awaits the Dutch international over the next 45.
Well, he's changes straight away. Rich and Pochettino. It's gone to a back three, which I certainly felt they would start the game with. The personnel that was chosen. Eric Dyer going to the heart of defence. Harry Winks and Dembele hold the heart of midfield to allow Eriksson and Dyer to try and pick up those pockets, which they really struggled in the first half.
It's at the feet of Ben Davies. Again, didn't run properly for Kane up front. Eriksson trying to release Kane this time. Stones putting it out for the Tottenham throw.